Bucky Brooks is out of his mind. Like the idea, like what? Like you don't even know what to say to things like that, because clearly that was meant to get a reaction and to get people pissed off. Because like, come on. For the people that don't know, Bucky Brooks put out this idea that in an article, and then in like a video clip on Speak for Yourself, which is a show on Fox Sports with Marcellus Wiley and Emmanuel Acho, which is actually a dope show. It's actually one of the sports shows I still watch to this day. Like, I actually do like their chemistry. But like, Bucky Brooks went out there and suggested that the Ravens should trade up and try to draft a quarterback to replace Lamar Jackson. And he tried to imply that it was like that the Ravens team is set up like a college team, to where you could cycle people in and out, and that way you don't have to pay Lamar, and Lamar can quote unquote graduate. Like, that is ridiculous. Dog. The Ravens are not a systematic team that's just so amazing and you could plug anybody in and out. No, they are not. Lamar is the system. Like, that isn't even up for debate, bro. Before Lamar came, we missed the playoffs 4 years in a row. We were about to miss the playoffs a 5th year in a row before they decided to start Lamar once Joe Flacco hurt his hip. And once they threw Lamar in, we was 4-5 when we put Lamar in. We finished the season 10-6 and won the division. And that wasn't even a team that was built for Lamar at the time. So that's another thing people try to throw out there is like, oh, these teams only doing well because they built a team around Lamar. Like, no, in Lamar's rookie year, that team was built for Joe Flacco technically. But Joe Flacco wasn't getting it done. So Lamar got plugged in. Well, not plugged in. Lamar came in and saved the season. He saved the franchise. The franchise was falling into a very dangerous place where they were just going to be a mediocre team that they were becoming a mediocre team that was just going to fade into obscurity. That's really where the Ravens were heading before Lamar Jackson. I think I was going to make this a separate video, but I'm going to lump this into the video just to further prove the point of why what Bucky Brooks said was ridiculous. Look, at the end of the day, Lamar Jackson is the greatest quarterback in Ravens history. Already. I'm saying this now. I don't know if anybody said it yet. I'm pretty sure nobody said it yet. But I'm definitely saying this right now. Lamar Jackson is the greatest quarterback in Ravens history already. Now, of course, from a statistical standpoint, Joe Flacco still is going to be looked at as the greatest so far because, from a statistical standpoint, Joe Flacco has all the highest numbers and most of the quarterback records because he was here for 11 seasons. But at the same time, Lamar's already surpassed Joe Flacco. At no point and I respect Joe Flacco. When I say what I say about Joe, it's not meant to be disrespectful, but at the same time, Joe Flacco was never a top 10 quarterback. He was never even top 20. The only time he was ever even kind of in that conversation was once his rookie deal was up and they paid him like $39 million, and he was like, I think, the highest paid quarterback at that time. That was pretty much it. Outside of that, Lamar easily has surpassed Joe Flacco. Like, Lamar's already put himself in a position where he's viewed as, we're talking about him being like a top 5 quarterback in the league. You have people who are admitting and calling him the best player under 25 right now, rightfully so. He smashed every expectation people had about him. Every critique about him, people keep Lamar. Every critique about that comes up about him, Lamar smashes that critique time and time again. They said he couldn't win games from behind. He's done it several times now. They said he couldn't get a playoff win. He's now done that. They said he couldn't throw, but he led the league in passing touchdowns. They claim he's not accurate, but he's thrown the ball in his MVP season. He was hitting the mark 66% of the time, and even in a season where they say he regressed, he was still hitting a mark 64% of the time. Mind you, Joe Flacco in his best season was only completing passes like 63% of the time. Like Joe Flacco for most of his career was kind of hovering around like 59 and 61%. So yeah, man, like Lamar's already surpassed Joe Flacco. And I'm seeing a lot of people say that, oh, what's Lamar gonna do once he starts slowing down? First of all, he's not gonna slow down right now. Secondly, even once he slows down, by then, like many other mobile quarterbacks, he will already have become more experienced and he'll just adjust his game. Look at Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson ain't as fast as he used to be. Russell Wilson ain't as quick as he used to be, but he's more experienced now. And he's arguably playing better than he ever has. Look at Michael Vick. You know, Michael Vick, his best season was like 2010. You know, but he got drafted back at 01, but his best season was in like 2010. By then, he was already like slower than he used to be, but he improved. He adjusted his game. That's how it is in a lot of sports. Players in general, athletes in general, humans in general. You know, when you get older, you get a little bit slower. You lose a step. But many people adjust their games. You know, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant. When Kobe Bryant passed, I mean, not when he passed, but, you know, when Kobe Bryant was hitting the later years of his career, he wasn't as explosive as he was at 18. But he adjusted. That was it, you know. He made his shot that much more consistent, that much more deadly. All the little things that he could improve on from a skill standpoint, he did improve on it to compensate for the fact that he was no longer able to rely just on raw athletic prowess. And the same thing's gonna happen for Lamar. Like even once he starts to lose a step, number one, he's still gonna be one of the fastest in the league. But even then, he'll be more experienced. He'll be more used to defenses. He'll read defenses better. He'll be even better. He'll be even better at hitting the target and throwing any pass that he needs to throw. So he'll be fine. I'm telling you, you give Lamar 11 seasons, like Joe Flacco paid 11 seasons for Baltimore. You give Lamar 11 healthy seasons in Baltimore, he's going to destroy every record Joe Flacco has. It's not even close. He is going to destroy every record. So, you know, but back to the main point of this video. Before I get back to the main point of this video, actually, make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure you guys leave a comment below on what you think on this. But, you know, back to the main point of this video. Like, Bucky Brooks is out of his mind. Like, this was nothing but some clickbait meant to just troll people. That's all that was. Because the Ravens don't run some amazing system that you could just plug any quarterback in. You take Lamar out the equation, this team would have only won like 6 games this year. You take Lamar out of the equation in his MVP season, they probably only would have won like 8 or 9 games that year. You take Lamar out of the equation in his rookie year, they were only going to win like 6 games that year, dog. Lamar is the system. The Ravens are not running some quote-unquote armies type system that you like. What like the what the, like that is that idea is laughable. You can't even take that seriously, man. That's something that shouldn't be taken seriously. And in general, I really don't have nothing against Bucky Brooks, but that just sounds like that's just ridiculous. That is a ridiculous statement. He didn't think that through. I listened to his whole argument on Speak for Yourself. I listened to Acho's argument on Speak for Yourself. I disagree, obviously. You could call it bias if you want. I don't care. I still disagree. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I think he's out of his mind for that. You're gonna imagine replacing an MVP. Imagine what Imagine replacing an MVP for what? Who are they gonna trade up for? Justin Fields or Trey Lance or somebody? Like, no offense to these guys, because I hope these guys play well. These guys might go on to be great, but at the same time, you're gonna try to get rid of an MVP who has completely taken the team, the fan base, the city, everything. He's taken it by storm, and he's become a primetime player who gets results. Yes, he hasn't been able to take that next step in the playoffs yet, but he's gonna get there. He's already shown in the regular season that he can get you very, very far, even when you don't give him a lot of options. Like, Lamar, out of all the elite quarterbacks, has been playing for the past 3 seasons with one of the most mediocre receiving cores in the league. Arguably the most mediocre receiving core in the league, because even this season they ranked last. And he's still getting great results out of a team that on paper shouldn't be winning this much. Like, come on, Lamar's rookie season, he came through, won 6 games. Second season, boom, won 13 games as a starter. Third season, boom, won another 10. Like, he is like 30-7 as a starter. And you think you're just gonna swap out some other guy and you're gonna get those results? No, you're not. It's not gonna happen. That wouldn't end well. And that wouldn't end well. If Eric DeCosta was to do something that stupid, and I don't think he would, obviously, but even if he was to even think about doing something that stupid, guess what? He's gonna have to pretty much hand over his job, because if he thinks Steve Bisciotti's gonna keep him, I don't know. Maybe he's on something. I'm not sure. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that it's possible to take out Lamar and plug in somebody else? Or do you guys think that Bucky Brooks is out of his mind? You guys let me know in the comment section. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Thank you.